I don't know, Midnight. I'm breaking down, bro. If you want to motivate me, send the money. Same for you, TC. I'm doing prepayments. Cash App. Money sign Tank Lip 1111. Venmo Jason D. Lip at yahoo.com. No, you prepaid last week for my miles last week. God damn it, Midnight, I'll block you. $1 a mile for all of you that want to crowdfund. If 60 people send $1, that's $60. I'm fighting for my life here. Renee, if you want to send $5 for the walk, Renee, please. Money sign Tank Lip 1111. Thank you. Gifting hour has begun. I don't know what I can do, TC. Did you see what kind of shape I was in last night? I couldn't keep my eyes open. I passed out on my stream. I had to battle 2 different diabetic comas yesterday. I call it, quote unquote, diabetic coma paralysis. Because it's like such a bad sort of diabetic coma. It like paralyzes your muscles. I don't know. I couldn't move. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I could barely move. I knew I needed to just get to my bed. I guess, did I sign on a stream? I guess Midnight's saying I signed down a stream. And I didn't even remember to put my mask on. So then I slept half the night without my mask. Thank God, woke up around 9 p.m. and put my mask on and slept half the night with my mask. Which is not great, but I only got half the night of my sleep on my mask. It's not like I sleep that many hours anyway. It'd be nice to get it all on the mask. So here I am, feeling sick, feeling like shit, and I'm still pushing myself. Still pushing myself to walk. I'm sure I was. It was almost like I lost control of my body, TC. But that's why it's so impressive that here I am early in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, walking, exercising, trying to do the right thing, the healthy thing. To stay on the side of strong and healthy. You know, goals of getting strong and healthy. Protocols of strong and healthy. I'm in bad shape, guys. The last couple months has really just broken me down. And, you know, some days I'm focusing on making money. And some days I'm observing myself extra closely to see how strong and healthy and stable I am. But it's actually a lot to do all at once, because the truth is, one of the reasons why I can't work a typical job is because I'm high maintenance. All the things that I have to do as a patient to stay stable is high maintenance. There's a lot of medicine. I have to make sure everything's almost perfect my medicine regimen, my sleep, one thing kind of falls off. It's a domino effect with everything. If I messed up my medicine, it could actually affect my sleep. Without going into the exhausting details. Anyway, unless you guys are going to constantly so far no money is coming in for this walk. So this is discouraging. Because this is what I should be doing. Who the hell am I, trying to sell stuff and run a business on my TikTok? The government knows I can't work a job, but I've been living like I'm never clocked out. Constantly working, and the stress is eating me. This would be great. Wake up every day and put hours and hours in the gym. But if you guys aren't paying me for this, the exercise, then I have to cut this short and go in my house and try to sell you something. Or sit and do battles and raise money that way. But the bills aren't going to pay himself. So, and don't sit here and say, oh, that's when you go get a job, Jason. No, that's not when Jason goes and gets a job. Jason's not getting a job. I have disabilities. Then get out of here if you're not paying Baden or Raiden or whatever your name is. Why are you throwing tomatoes, J Mouse? Really, a police officer throwing tomatoes? Would you not like my book? I'm astonished, dude. A police officer throwing tomatoes? How's my book? TC said we're going to be crowdfunding the exercise every day. What kind of group of supporters are you? Well, do you stand behind my book, J Mouse? Because I stand behind my book. I think it's a beautiful book. I think I'm a great writer. I think I created a masterpiece. Part of being a good writer is your audience that's reading your book hear your voice. Almost imagine hearing that's, or if they know you, or if they don't, if you're just a random reader, would they be able to imagine what that person is like? Do I come alive on the page from the personality that I crafted from how I write? That is a skill set to be a good writer. Anyone can just go on the page. And then I told a complicated story that has so many layers and chapters to it. And my particular life story, I was stuck in a midlife crisis in my 30s. And I time traveled back to the past to retrace my life moving forward in an effort to create the book, so I had a good accomplishment in my life. And that in itself could heal my feeling of failure. I wrote a book. Even if my life was miserable and I suffered, I wrote a book about it. So in that, there's a vindication. There's a success. There's a sweet revenge. There's an accomplishment, because writing a book is no small feat. That's a major accomplishment. People their whole lives talk about, I want to write a book one day, but most people never do it. I did it, and it was about my life. So, there was that. But also in going through my past, going back and working through things on paper, forces the person themselves that's writing the book to maybe heal certain parts of themselves. So if that's what you need to do to heal, to not be so stuck, then that's what helps you move forward from the point that I get to back to the present moment in modern day where I began the book. And that is exactly what happened. I realized my greatest gift is my heart. So what do we know about the heart? The love that comes from the heart. And I realized, even though there were not a lot of people in my life anymore, it wasn't necessarily all the people that were keeping me happy all the time. And then therefore, when the absence of those people that I'm unhappy, it was actually the love I gave to everyone is something that rests within inside of me. It's a gift within inside of myself. So in that, I can love myself and just love. And with any moment to have some kind of outlet to love, even if it's something that the outlet is something that exists internally within inside yourself rather than externally. See, growth is done from healing yourself from the inside. External things, this is deep, wise stuff. This is part of why I am such a good writer, because I know a lot. I'm a very wise man, especially for my age. Most people don't acquire my level of wisdom until they're 70, 80 years old. I've been wise since I was even younger than this. I'm an old soul, so that it happens. Well, screw it. Double bird, Sigma. That's rude, bro. I have to just do your trolling agenda? Unreal. Shame on you, dude. No one cares. You know, placing your happiness on external values and materials. Oh, I'm not happy unless I get this car. Oh, I'm not happy unless I get this house. Oh, I'm not happy unless I have this type of woman. Whatever. External things outside yourself. That's not how you achieve true happiness. You have to learn to love yourself. So in realizing my biggest gift was love, I was actually able to do that. It's only later in the last 6 years I learned to really articulate it. In the ultimate writing the final chapters of my life, of my book, without even necessarily trying to write my book. I told Angelo the other day, if and when I die one day, what should go on my tombstone is this. In a world that taught me to hate myself, I learned to love myself. In a world that taught me to hate myself, or in a world that wanted to teach me, to hate myself, I learned to love myself. What an asset that is. That means no one can ever take anything away from you. See, I love myself. I love my life. I love my book. I even know the wisdom in my suffering has developed me into a person with such high level of character that I have no regrets even for my greatest sufferings. And those are lessons you learn in life that no one can take away from you. No one. People can come on here on my stream and bash my book and say what an idiot I am for writing this or writing that, and I should be ashamed of myself. Or how can I be so stupid to write that? No, it's all part of learning lessons. And how do you do that? You make mistakes and you learn the right way. So I am who I am. One of my mom's greatest sayings that she would always repeat. Let me try to gather what the quote was. I'm at a loss for remembering exactly how she said it. Give me a moment. 20 minutes walk, 0.68 miles. This is a moment where I wish my mom was here. So I could just say, what's that saying that kind of goes like this? I don't even want to say it and ruin it. It almost feels like disrespect to her. Really bothers me. It was one of her greatest sayings. Anyway, I wish I could remember what the saying was, but I can give you the gist of it. It just won't be as poetic as if I could tell you what her quote was. It has to do with that, like in your life, at your present moment, you are the sum of everything you've ever done. In that moment right now, whatever I am in all the different realms and entities, my personality, the things I know, the things I believe in, anything that make up a person, I am the sum of 46 years and however many months and days to this very moment. So the reason why that came to mind is like, why would I ever regret anything? Because I am always becoming more. Even when I make mistakes, we learn from our mistakes. That's the whole point. That's one of the points and purposes of life, is learning, growing and learning. So having regrets is pointless. So I wrote a book and I'm proud of it, and I just happen to think I created a masterpiece. I really do. You know, you guys are just not my cup of tea midnight. The fact that you have to make a little wisecrack that you're growing right now, like you're just all a big group of ball busters. You know, I can have y'all's type of sense of humor, but that's just not where I'm at in my life right now. It's just like unwanted company at this point. So how about you all take a hike? How about you all take a hike and let's bring this chat to zero? I've really had enough. I've really had enough. The ball busting and your age 30 kind of sense of humor, which is immature for 30. You really are like the level of a 20-something in your 30s, and here I am in my 40s. So if I'm actually as behind as I am in life, in many senses a very wise, evolved, developed, and quite mature 46, even though my path has been different than a lot of my peers. I'm actually highly evolved for my age. I just took a very different path in life. So I'm 46, and you guys have the mental maturity of like 20-somethings. It's not my cup of tea. How am I supposed to grow with people that act younger than me? You guys think the thing that's good for me is to make myself young again. No, the thing that would be good for me is be healthy again. And part of health is having healthy interactions with people. You guys are toxic and dysfunctional for me. Take a hike already. Get the memo. I'm done with y'all. Because I'm trying to fit in with what I'm stuck with here. I'm adaptive. I never choose my audience. My audience chooses me. You prove to me that I choose my audience. Now, my mom had another saying, we attract what we put out in life. But maybe people are misreading me. Yeah, I do stupid things on here. And I make stupid jokes. And I act a fool sometimes, or a lot of the time. But it's like you become your environment at a certain point. Like, what you surround yourself in is what you become. Only I've been complaining, if you really are truthful about it, I've been complaining about the audience that targets me for a long time. Now, maybe I have theoretically a target audience of who I'd like to be talking to, but that's not how it plays out for me. Okay, I'm locked down to a group of immature trolls that are actually hateful half the time, that are childish, reckless, immature, and y'all say that are actually hateful half the time, that are childish, reckless, immature, and y'all say that are childish, reckless, immature, and y'all senses a I can't remember. He just hijacked my thought. Unreal. Oh, I'm about to hit a mile. Anyone remember where I was at in my speech? wasn't something about ranch, but I'm glad you find that funny, Brian. Anyways, bottom line, I never chose y'all. There's like this network of people. Y'all all have like the same sense of humor and personality. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Like the fact that to raise money, you guys like part of your personalities is making people do, and this is not stretching a person in a healthy way to get someone out of their comfort zone. There's something to be said about a comfort zone. For a man with as much instability from all the disabilities, especially when you suffer with mental health, comfort zones and routines and schedules and structure is the guided path by professionals that treat that community of people, you fucking morons. You ignorant morons. Okay, but you guys want to pay me to do things that I'm going to hesitate to say yes to. That's what the dare is about. The challenge and the dare. Challenging someone to step outside their comfort zone and do something they're not comfortable with. Personally, I cringed at sketching the left hook, but I sold about 3 or 4 of them for $20. That was for a moment. All you guys have ADHD, so you never stay content with anything. You have adjustment problems in life and always need the next fix because you all have like addictive personalities, which comes from a level of misery. You're so miserable. It's like, what's the next thing that can entertain your senses? So you're into sensationalism. By the way, another speech of my life, just breaking you guys down, going to town on you guys. Keep not gifting, because I'm roasting the shit out of every single one of you right now. That's fine, I got all day. I got all day to roast you. Don't gift. Don't send nothing. I got all day to just roast you. It's my sweet revenge for what you people have done. So I cringed to have to draw the left hook. That's not how I want to represent myself, as so immature to have to stoop to that level. But that's the personality of, there's like a consensus personality. Like the overall general personality of this network of people. I mean, you almost all could be the same person with 1,000 different screen names. You're all two peas in a pod. I mean, the way Hunter acts and thinks, and TC and Midnight, it's all one personality. It's all the same personality. Then you got a guy like Robbie. Robbie's a bit different. He's a little more serious. In some contexts, he's more my cup of tea, actually, as much as I can't stand him sometimes either. I actually think he's a lot more mature than most of you. I think most of you are really immature. I really do. I don't know you that well, Breezy. You haven't really divulged yourself or made yourself accept. You've been here plenty, but in all the times you've been here, have you ever really tried to help me get to know you better? And I'm not hating on you. And I'm really not even trying to criticize you, but you put something on me. Like, I can't make a judgment call on you one way or the other, Breezy. The personalities that step forward in my stream, right? Regular, recurring, long-term personalities that I personally have enough data to go by based on my observations of them. It's one same personality. J Mulvey and Midnight and Angelo, it's the same personality. TC. No, Midnight, go fuck yourself. Go crawl in a lake, bro. Look at this, not one Cash App, one Venmo. I'm 35 minutes here, guys. $35 minutes, 1 mile, 18 seconds, 117, 1 mile, 18 seconds, 1.18 miles, 117 calories, 36 minutes. Cash App is $tank_lipp1111. Venmo is jasondlipp at yahoo.com. Venmo is jasondlipp at yahoo.com. Cash App is $tank_lipp1111. I don't feel like it right now, J Mouse. What happened to May, TC? What happened to May? Yeah, and you guys encouraging me to every once in a blue moon, encouraging me to exercise and quit cigarettes and act like you're on the side of my healthy, strong self and that you're a good supporter that supports good things for me. What's best for me is a crock of shit, because 95% of the time you guys are asking me to do stupid shit and you're acting like fools. You're acting like immature fools. So don't think you can poker or chess play me and bluff me and bullshit me with periodically you think you're sticking it to me that you only want to fund the healthy stuff. Because a lot of you are pushing for stupid shit. And I have a pretty good opinion of what stupid shit is. Nobody's going to pay you because yourself to be a... You're out of here, Lauren. How does it feel to get blocked, Lauren? Anyone else? You're welcome, Lauren, but you're gone now to not even hear my welcome. There you go. Unrealistic expectations, TC. There's no way, even if I just exercised all day, I would have to take so many breaks I would never even get 13 miles in. My body can't handle it at this stage of my health. But there's one thing that comes from me knowing that. At this stage of my health being so bad, I'm doing the right thing by being on the treadmill right now. By the way, I'm about to hit 40 minutes and no money coming in. There it is, 40 minutes consecutive. That's also 40 minutes no cigarette.